You're Italian.
I I got a bunch of my family doesn't know if they're Italian or not, but that being said, what's going on, guys? We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Young Guns podcast. I am so sorry, guys. If I'm out of breath, I'm sorry. I just finished running all the way to Dollar General and coming back, so because I have a Dollar General a couple blocks away from me, so I had to run down there and come back. And I was having some camera issues as well. So my camera was not registering in my computer as much time as I was unplugging and plugging it back in. But what's going on, guys? Another edition of the Young Guns podcast, episode 26 for you guys. As you guys know, I'm 18 minutes late. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry. As you guys know, we have some crazy Giants news that happened over the past couple of days. We have a lot of Giants news that just keeps piling and piling and piling up. And I mean, perfect timing for the Young Guns podcast to go over here and talk about everything. I'm here joined by my co-host, The Hub. What's going on, man?
Hey, man, it's like you said, bro. The past couple of days, and it all came by so fast, honestly, especially with the news that hit today, which I think is the biggest out of all of them. It made people forget of all the big news we had before that with Baker and everybody else. And it seems like it's already been a whole week since we won that game against Philly, and it's really only been about 3 days. It's like so much has happened.
Right. It's like after that Philly game, things just started piling up. Like, this bye week is a very, very eventful bye week. I guess I don't even know where to start. Where do you want to start? I guess you can start with Marc Colombo. It's probably the biggest news so far. We'll trickle our way down. But so woke up this morning and I had a normal day of work. I uploaded a video, and in the comments of my videos, I'm getting nothing about the video I just made. Like, nothing has to do with the video. Everything is about Marc Colombo. I'm like, Marc Colombo? What? Fired? What is, you guys just don't like Marc Colombo? What's going on?
Everybody's like mass trolling you.
Yeah, so I go ahead and go onto Twitter, and Twitter is like blowing up that Marc Colombo got fired. I'm like, what is this? And I posted a meme today. I posted the EDP meme. What happened? Because that's exactly how I felt. Like, I felt very good about the whole Giants unit collectively. Going down to the quarterback position, offensive line was playing well. We're not starting a lot of pressures, and we're opening up the run game a lot because of the offensive line. And, the shuffling, although I don't necessarily agree with it, it's been working. So I'm like, listen, I'm happy. I think everything's okay. Everything's fine and dandy. And Colombo got fired. Now, there's one big burning question that I have about Marc Colombo and the Giants. What happened between his time with Dallas up until he was with the Giants? Something happened. I don't know if he changes coaching schemes. I don't know if he doesn't work well with younger players. If his kind of technique is more advanced, that these younger guys aren't adapting, or I don't know what is causing the flop in production, because Marc Colombo was highly regarded around the entire NFL. With his ability to coach the offensive line. Like, he was, every time his name was mentioned in broadcast when talking about the Dallas offensive line, constantly, Marc Colombo. You got to know who Marc Colombo is more than any other Giants offensive line coach, right? And then he comes to the Giants, and we're all excited. We're all so happy, and it's all great. And he's just, the offensive line is one of the worst units still. If, in fact, in the beginning of the year, it looked just as bad as last year. And you got to think, what the hell happened? But
so to answer your question, I would go with the second thing that you suggested. I would think he just doesn't work well with younger players, because we could always say this, right? Any offensive line coach could do well when you got 3 Hall of Famers and 5 Pro Bowlers as your offensive line for Dallas, right? Because that's what he was working with.
Right.
But and while that is true, I do think a good amount of it has to do with the fact that Colombo is a very young coach, and he was kind of lucky to not have that, but also have a bunch of veteran players. So he didn't have to train them essentially from level 0 all the way up to where they needed to be, because they were veterans. They've been in the league for a couple of while now. A couple of them were young when he started out there, because the Dallas offensive line has been drafted over the course of a couple of years. But for the most part, he was working with guys that already knew what was up, that was already really well developed. So I think it's more so he just has a tough time working with really young guys, and we have the youngest, like 60% of our offensive line, at least 60% of the future of the offensive line are rookies right now. You know what I'm saying? So I think Colombo just had a bad time working with that. Obviously, for the chat, I'm pretty sure everybody knows, but Joe Judge is the one that got this offensive line working and turned around from week 8. Colombo apparently was not doing a good enough job. And when your head coach has to step in and focus so much on that one, group that's doing terribly, and you know what? Shout out to Joe Judge, because the group improved immensely. The amount that the O-line improved when Judge stepped in. Nobody knew about this, by the way. I don't know why this hasn't been reported on. But he stepped in. There was improvement, and he eventually kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back. He's like, yo, I cannot do this because I'm the head coach. I'm going to bring in my second guy, Dave Googs. I'm just going to say Googs because
I just say Coach DG. That's it.
Dave Googs, right? He brought in Googs, who, by the way, was a finalist for this job. It was between Googs and Colombo. And so he brought in Dave Googs, and he's like, yo, listen, you guys are going to work together. Colombo didn't take that well.
Right, that's what I heard.
There was definitely some type of verbal altercation that happened, and he got fired, and then they hired Dave Googs today.
Well, remember, I would always talk about coaches always have pride. They have a lot of pride because, this is something that they do. They do it for a living, just like any job. If you think you can do your job well, you feel like you don't need that extra help. He probably was very prideful, saying, look how decorated my resume is. I've done this, I've done that in the NFL, and why do I need another guy to help me? That's probably how it went down. I don't think Joe Judge probably took it personal, but listen, he does what he needs to do for the team. He's not anybody's friend per se. He's more loyal to that NY than anybody else on the team. You know what I'm saying? So I completely agree with what you're saying. And, that might be the reason there. They wanted to bring in Coach DG to help out. And
Kibley, what's funny? At the very beginning of the season, I want to say week 4, so when we did a Young Bucks podcast, didn't we ask each other, yo, what is Marc Colombo doing because of how bad you're
right?
We should ask each other. We're like, what is Colombo doing?
Yeah, because how many times were we talking about Marc Colombo in the offseason? Like, oh, man, he's really going to revamp this offensive line group. And I'm like, week 1, week 2 happens. It's just like, underwhelming. Like, I just
like after week 3.
Right. It was just like, I thought we were going to see a better product. And I'm over here second guessing myself. I'm like, did I overrate the offensive line? Like, did I overrate Marc Colombo's ability to transform this offensive line?
And honestly, that might have been true, like with the way it's looking, right?
It might have been true.
Like I said,
he must have been a product of those players there in Dallas.
In my opinion, Colombo is still a very good offensive line coach. At least a good one. I just think that he doesn't work well with young guys. I think if he goes somewhere else and he's working with a little bit more veteran, more established guys, that he'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily think he's a bad offensive line coach. But yeah, I saw Edwards said I can't say definitively that Judge got the line turned around. I mean, I don't know how else you would put it, because since he stepped in, they've Andrew Thomas has looked better, the center position has looked better, and the line has gelled better. At the very least, you got to give him like 70-80%. Like, come on now, you got to give the guy majority of credit, because since he stepped in, the turnaround has happened.
Yeah, Edward chat, we are reading the chat. Trust me, I'm reading the chat. We're just
and you saw what he says there. According to Renan, one of the things that Colombo said to him was one of the worst words in the English language. So people have been speculating, was it a slur? Was it a racial slur? Was it just, I don't know, some type of a cuss word? But like, which one would constitute as the worst words of the English language?
So they had an argument, and Colombo said something to Judge that was the worst word in the English language.
One of the worst, apparently.
It couldn't have been like the N-word or something. Like like, what did he say? Yeah,
that's why earlier people were suggesting like a racial slur. Is Judge Jewish? I don't think Judge is Jewish.
Right. So I don't know where that could have gone there, but. That's very interesting. As a lot of people said, there was a fist fight that was shot down quickly. There was no fist fight there. I just don't see Joe Judge being that classless to engage in a fist fight.
And even if there was one, bro, Judge would have won. Have y'all seen this man when he was playing football?
Judge
floating around of him carrying 3 dudes on his back.
Right. It said Sajid said Judge is Italian. So Marc Colombo probably called him an Angloid. I don't even know what that is.
Is that like Anglo-Saxon? Is that supposed to be a slur for an Anglo-Saxon?
Oh, I don't know.
But
I'll just address everybody in the chat real quick. We got a couple people in here that said, Sajid, what's going on? Ligma, what's going on? Wolves, Nerding Out Sports, Joseph Clark, Logan, Christopher Hidalgo, what's going on? Jaden Dawkins in the chat. What's going on? Joel Yato in the chat. Anthony Martinez. We got a bunch of people in here. Thank you guys so much for joining in. Wolves, I see you as well. Hopefully with Coach DG in here, that this offensive line gets right back on the same track. And I think Tana said this on his video. I don't think Judge would make a move if it was going to affect the offensive line negatively. So I don't think it would. I think he's completely right there. I don't think Joe Judge would put the team and especially the offensive line in that position to just fire somebody.
Not just for this news that we're talking about right now, but every news in general that's happened. What a great coincidence. And I'm not saying coincidence sarcastically. I'm just saying it's actually really great that it's all happening during a bye week.
Right. About a little bit as well, the whole situation with Graham Gano and Riley Dixon had COVID as well. Camera's out of focus. There goes my mug. Everything's falling apart here, like Marc Colombo and Giants offensive line. So I'm trying to get my mug back over here. So I completely lost my train of thought, but yeah. So Riley Dixon, Casey Creeder. Yeah, this is scary, man. This is scary just because I know, the whole 2 weeks and stuff like that, but if you count 2 weeks from now, that includes the Cincy game. If you quarantine.
Here's the thing. I think Graham Gano will be back by Cincy. I don't know about Riley. This is strange because the guy we brought up to replace Graham Gano in the worst case if he doesn't make it to Cincy, and I really think he is going to make it to Cincy. The guy we brought up, Santoso, is also a punter, so I think they knew that the rest of the special teams was probably going to be off, and I think Santoso is going to fill in because I don't think that Riley Dixon and Casey Creeder are going to be back in time for Cincy, but I do think that Graham Gano is going to be back in time for it.
Yeah, I hope so. And that Santoso guy, he sounds familiar. He was with us before, right?
I don't know if he was with us before, but he was with us since September. So he's been on the practice squad for a long time.
Yeah. I got you. Some people are saying that the chat is messed up. There's lag. Oh no. Let's just make sure that we're not lagging too much right now. But yeah, as far as to end it off on the coach Colombo situation, I'm sure he'll find a job somewhere else. I don't think he'll get an offensive line job this year because offensive line coaches are kind of filled up right now unless somebody else fires their coach and brings in Coach Colombo. But that being said, I wish nothing but the best for him, man. It honestly seemed like from his press conferences that he was also just a classy guy. I really didn't see him as anything classy. Nothing really jumped out to me as far as Colombo goes. So all the best wishes to him, man. And
in addition to that, when you're saying nothing jumped out about him, a lot of people have been speculating Colombo, like Jason Garrett, might have been an up top hire or a Dave Gettleman type of hire.
Yeah, I completely agree. Well, here's the thing. A lot of people were saying that Googe, however people say Googe or Googs.
I'll just say Googs.
Googs.
Yeah. Googs. That's how I pronounce it.
Yeah. But a lot of people were saying that coach from Indianapolis was on Joe Judge's radar because they have connections from New England, and it wasn't Marc Colombo. They said that, Marc Colombo was hired for Jason Garrett and given the benefit of the doubt and said, hey, this is probably a good matchup for you guys since you guys work together in Dallas. And I think it was just Joe Judge giving Jason Garrett, a little bit of familiarity there. And I'll admit this, Garrett influence higher.
I'll admit this. One thing I did not know at all was apparently Googs was the O-line coach for us in 2007.
He was an assistant offensive line coach. So so he does have Giants connection too. And remember, Dave Gettleman was with the Giants during those times, if I'm not mistaken. Wait, was he?
Dave Gettleman was with the Giants back in the first two Super Bowls, I think.
Yeah. So
Googs was with the Giants, Tom Coughlin era.
Tom Coughlin. So yeah, he could have been with us during that time, right? He could have been. They could have been in the same team on that time. But anyway, so it seems like they have a connection to Dave Gettleman and a connection to Joe Judge. So that's good. And listen, this guy has a resume. Okay, if you want to talk, yes, you could talk about Ryan Kelly. You could talk about, of course, Quentin Nelson as well. Those are really good offensive linemen. But before 2018, 2017, 2016, Indianapolis, every single mock draft from 2015 all the way to 2016, 2015 to 2018, they were mocked getting, in mock draft, they were getting offensive linemen constantly because they needed offensive lineman help. they were a really bad offensive line. And 2018 happens, they come out as one of the best offensive lines, and Quentin Nelson's a huge part of that, yes, but you got to think there's some coaching involved in that too, because Anthony Costanzo been there, and he came out to be really good. So, he has a really good resume, and he's been a part of a lot of other teams. So I'm very excited to see what he's going to do with this bunch. My only thing is that the offensive linemen don't go back to the bottom and have to build their way up to the top. I really hope they just continue with their momentum. I really didn't like what Joe Judge said there in his press conference, how he thinks momentum is not a thing. It's not like he doesn't believe in momentum. Like, I don't understand it. If you don't believe in momentum, then why even try winning these games this year to help out next year? Like, I thought you were trying to establish a winning culture. I'm sorry, but I don't see a winning culture being established without momentum. Without that sense of winning. When you get that sense of winning, you're building momentum into next year, and you know what it's like to win, and you're hitting the ground running. I don't think Joe Judge really meant to say it like that, but that's how it came out to me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I think Judge is trying to keep, because what he always says is we're always focused on going 1-0 against the next team, right? He says each week we're trying to go 1-0.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I would be really, really concerned if he actually means that he's not, like, he doesn't care about momentum and that momentum isn't a thing. I think he was just saying that to fit his narrative of trying to go 1-0. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I completely agree. King Justin, what's going on, man? Appreciate you joining the chat. Adrian Tamioso as well. He says,
I was just gonna say we had an interesting question up from Christopher Hidalgo about Googs.
Okay. Where we at? Christopher. Okay. Was this guy just sitting around? I'm surprised he wasn't coaching anywhere. Wasn't he with Indianapolis and they pulled him, or no?
No, he was with Indianapolis, and he's been, like, I think 2019, he's been out of a job.
Wow. Well, one thing I will tell you guys, when it comes to coaching, sometimes really good coaches are just not called upon because everybody else feels like they have the right coaches in place, and there's a sense of familiarity there, and you have to, you don't always want to bring in new coaches when you already have a group of guys in there.
And also apparently Googs is terrible with the media. So that's something to consider. Yeah, apparently he's really, really bad with the media.
Like in a Marshawn Lynch type of way, or he's just like shy?
Well, Marshawn Lynch just doesn't speak. I think maybe more
Marshawn Lynch like disrespectful to the media. Yeah,
I think it's a Marshawn way then. Because I think that's part of the reason why the Colts let him go in the first place. Like, he was just really, like, he's just a guy that just wants to do his job on the field. And
so I wonder how Joe Judge is going to handle that. Put him in check too. But I think he'll do a good job, guys. Now, I'm not going to completely say that, he's going to turn our offensive line into the Indianapolis in any sort of way, but I'm pretty sure he'll create an impact, and I think Joe Judge brought in the right guy in place. Like, if they hired a guy that has no, like, experience whatsoever, and he's, like, from college or something like that, he's got a new scheme, then I'll be like, okay, I don't know. I don't get this move, but I understand this move. He knows him. He has connections to him. Dave Gettleman has connections to him. So there's a sense of familiarity there.
There it is. Edward Chen is correcting me. So he has been without a job for a few months, but he was with Miami last year. So he did have a job last year.
Gotcha. Yeah, I've seen some pictures with Miami. So, let's see. I see another nickname here, Gags. Yeah. There's Googs, Gags, Gugs. I don't know.
So that's another connection right there with Patrick Graham. I know they're on opposite sides of the ball, but they were in the same coaching staff.
Right.
And of course, Jerry Shaplinski.
That's
gonna be something.
Because he's from Miami as well. Listen, a lot of familiarity, man. One thing I will tell you about this Giants coaching staff that JoJo put together, he made sure, and that was with Coach Marc Colombo as well with Jason Garrett. He made sure all of these guys had connections to each other in some sort of way. Familiarity to make sure. Momentum. So it's all about that. So
it's kind of funny. One of the guys that got fired was one of two that honestly don't have connections anywhere else. Colombo and Jason Garrett are the only two guys on this coaching staff that stick out like a thumb in terms of not having a connection with anybody else.
Right. Somebody asked a question earlier about Mckinney, and that was Adrian Tamayoso. He says, will Mckinney make an impact when he returns? Absolutely. Here's the thing. Okay, if you think about all the safeties that are underperforming, they're all playing well, but you see the weakest link is probably Julian Love. So you would think that Xavier McKinney is probably going to be taking Julian Love snaps until they work him in, but it's really complicated to see how much of an upgrade he will be with how great Logan Ryan is playing right now, and how good Jabril Peppers is playing right now. So it's going to be very I don't call me crazy. I'm not hating on McKinney at all. I don't think McKinney in the lineup is going to see a bigger impact, that much of a big impact, where it's overwhelmingly like, oh my God, we're a top 5 defense now because of McKinney. We are already good at the safety spot. So adding McKinney, say this is our level right now. Adding McKinney may put us right here. Whereas if we didn't have Logan Ryan, we're down here, and then McKinney is like right here. You know what I'm saying?
Here's my thing. I think when McKinney comes back, I don't care. You put him directly in free safety. He's the starting free safety. And I agree with you. We're good at safety play right now. I do think we can get better. And I would agree with you. If we're like right here without him, I think we're probably going to be right up here with him. Even then, I think that's a substantial amount of jump, because I do think Xavier McKinney is going to have an impact. How big it remains yet to be seen. But you took him with the second round pick. This was a guy that was supposed to go in the first round. Put him in there by all means. Get him as much playing time as he can get, because he already missed out on about 10 weeks of it. I want him to be put in at the starting role, and I hope that he's going to be like, if I don't want him to be rotated out that much. It's inevitable that he's going to be rotated out because Graham's defense rotates players like that. But I want him to get a lot of snaps at free safety, and that's when you start considering, what are you doing with Logan Ryan? Are you going to start putting Logan Ryan in the slot now that Darnay Holmes has been improving there? Or are you going to rotate him at slot, and now this is going to be kind of experimental, rotating him at slot and number 2 corner to see if he could try and solve that number 2
Yeah,
corner?
I definitely think when Xavier McKinney comes back, they're going to be deciding whether to put Logan Ryan or Julian Love at outside corner. I don't know. And listen, they're good athletes, so I believe they'll be better than anybody else we put out there, like Ryan Lewis or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So they're good athletes. I don't believe that just because they're really slot corners that they can't perform on the outside. It's just going to be very interesting to see who takes those snaps. I think they're going to try, because I think Logan Ryan's been playing extremely well at safety. So I think they're going to be trying to, because they run a lot of 3 safety sets. So I think we'll see McKinney, Logan, and Jabril out there at the same time.
Hey, isn't that what we said would happen? But instead of Logan Ryan, was Julian Love before the season again?
Right. Yeah, it's exactly what we've been saying. Now that we have Julian Love, now that we have Logan Ryan here, I think they're going to put Julian Love at outside corner. Am I the biggest fan of that? Probably not, but what else are we going to do? You know,
what I would do is, I'm glad you asked that. I would rather put Darnay Holmes at outside, because he played outside in college. I think he's going to be best suited. I don't think it's a conversation. He is best suited in the slot. But if you're going to put anybody on the outside, let it be Darnay, because at least he has experience there.
Here's the yeah, I agree with you, and I put the best athletes out there in those positions. But the only thing was that Darnay is just so small, and then in the NFL, you just have such big receivers. And I don't want him to get picked on, man. But at the same time, Ryan Lewis doesn't look any bigger than him anyway. You know, so and believe it or not, call me crazy, but Isaac Yada's been playing pretty well lately.
Isaac Yada, Joe Judge even spoke about that. Joe Judge said he had a rough start. Then he was rotated. I think it was an injury that got him out. And then he said since he's come back, he's been playing some of his best football.
He's had a couple of past breakups, and I'm like,
don't forget, we replaced Yadam with Lewis for a while. Now that he's back in that starting role, he has been well.
Right. Well, so I know they're gonna rotate, because one thing I know about Joe Judge and how he manages his team, I know he's a special teams guy, but he has his finger on everything, right? We saw that with the offensive line. So when it comes to the defense, even the defense, they're going to start rotating guys out. So don't think that, because Xavier McKinney comes back, you'll never see Julian Love again. Or if Ryan Lewis comes back, you'll never see Isaac Yadam again. You're going to see these guys. All right. They're going to be rotated in and stay fresh. And that's one of the things that the Giants were really trying to do this season. So here, Anthony Corp, as on Corporon, says, "What up, Kid Blue, and how love you guys' content. Keep up the grind, guys. And question: do you think the Giants should sign a big time diva wide receiver in the next year's free agency, then draft Micah Parsons?"
Well, he kind of used the word diva, so no.
Yeah, I think that was a setup question there, and no, I don't think the Giants should draft a diva wide receiver. I don't know how Jamar Chase really.
He said sign. He said sign the wide receiver.
Sign a wide receiver,
and then draft defense specifically.
Okay, so sign a wide receiver. I don't think Kenny Galladay is much of a diva, but I don't want to sign a receiver at all. I just don't want to do it. I don't want to sign.
Can I try to convince you?
You're gonna try to convince me?
I'm gonna try and convince you, but not because I'm on that train. Because I want Jamar. Like, I've been pretty consistent. I want Jamar Chase in the draft. For a couple of weeks now, but I can try and convince you.
Okay, but here's the thing.
signed-
Let me put a little disclaimer here before you begin. Okay, here's my issue. I love the receiver position. I love it. It's awesome. Great, right? I just don't see the logic, and I know Odell was a huge issue, but I don't see the logic in going from paying paying and trading a $20 million receiver to then spend 2 years without one, and then signing another $20 million receiver. I just can't see it. If we get a guy for $12 to $13 million, fine. He's a decent receiver, and
That's our number one.
whatever. It's not our number one, right? But I just can't see us going from a $20 million receiver to waiting 2 years and rebuilding, then getting another $20 million receiver.
I agree with you. That's why I want Jamar Chase in the draft. But I am going to try and talk you around to this idea because it's going to be fun to try and get you to do this, right?
Okay.
So the reason you would sign a wide receiver in free agency is because if you do sign a big name one, they're going to be for sure number one. Jamar Chase, and I don't think he is going to end up like this, but for all we know, he could end up being Corey Davis, a glorified number 2. Corey Davis was a top 10 pick wide receiver.
Right.
There's a reason he went top 10. He came out with a lot of hype. So you don't take that risk if you go and you sign somebody, and also that person comes in and they could help Daniel Jones immediately. There's no type of learning curve. They can help him immediately. What that allows you to do in the draft is focus completely on defense. Grab your second corner. That's what you would do. If the Giants sign a wide receiver in free agency, they need to grab a second corner in the draft, which
so I know where you're going. I know where you're going here. Patrick Surtain.
Yeah, Patrick Surtain. But another reason why I'm not on board with this is because we've had bad luck with cornerbacks, but you can't let that dictate it. But yes, you would go Patrick Surtain in the draft. You know what I'm saying? He is somebody that would be worth, a top 10, top 15 pick.
Now, let me throw this at you.
Wait, let me finish. Second round, you get your second middle linebacker. You don't go edge. I think even I don't think there's any situation that I could see the Giants taking edge in this draft just because the talent isn't there.
Call me crazy. I've said in the offseason, I was singing a different tune. So everybody that says, KB, you never admit when you're wrong. I always admit when I'm wrong, okay? I was wrong in saying that one of our biggest needs were edge rusher because they proved me wrong. I don't see the Giants getting a big time edge rusher. We're getting a lot of pressure.
You want to know how much? Guys, we are number 1 in the league in quarterback pressures.
And that is insane because it's Kyler Fackrell and Jabbar Sheard, who we just signed, who was on the couch 4 weeks ago.
Which is why I'm like, listen, I'm going to say this. And this actually, I can't take credit for this idea. This was a multitude of people. This was Tana, Pest, Authentic. You guys saw the stream last night. We stayed back afterwards. We talked as usual. I want to keep this defense together no matter what. Because this defense right now is performing amazingly, and they also have a type of camaraderie and like friendship and familial bond that we haven't seen in a long time. You guys go look at the sights and sounds from the Giants. The last couple of seconds, these guys are all playing for each other.
Yeah, it was Dexter. Jabril was out there. Yeah,
Bradbury, Logan Ryan, they're all playing for each other.
They said it's all because of you. Vote him in the Pro Bowl. It's all because of you. Yeah, I loved it. Like the Logan Ryan, James Bradbury. I'm like, dang, these guys are like good friends, man.
Exactly. Yeah, and Bradbury is not somebody that really be talking like that. I never seen him talk that much. But yeah, you keep them together not only because of that, but because they are producing. Number 1 in pressures. I don't think people realize that without Lorenzo Carter, who I said was going to break out this year. He looked like he was on the path to that, so that's why you bring him back and you let him develop again. Now, I still think that he's not a true number 1 pass rusher or a true number 1 edge rusher, but he's going to be better than we have right now, and that's going to be better than number 1 in the league with pressures. So you keep this defense together. You let the pass rushing develop because I think the edge rushers will develop, and I also think that our defensive line is just going to get better so then you get even more pressure from the inside, and we're already one of the best at getting pressure from the inside. You keep this defense together, all right? You sign back everybody. That's Dalvin and Leonard. If Leonard wants $20 million, he can go, though. That's the only caveat. If he wants $20 million, he can walk. But you try and sign back everybody. And honestly, you don't necessarily need to sign a number 1 pass rusher in this year's free agency, in my opinion. It's not a need because you fill in that second linebacker and second cornerback role, and the sacks will come because this team will be hard to pass on.
Yeah, and this is what I've been saying. Coaching goes a long way, man. You see it in New England. You see it in Seattle. Coaching goes a long way. If you don't necessarily need to have the big names out there, as long as you have the right scheme out there where your scheme – because a lot of I'm not in the NFL, obviously, but I feel like a lot of these schemes in the NFL are meant for certain players, right? They're like, it only works when you got Aaron Donald in there. But when you have a scheme like Patrick Graham, it's very obvious that he created his scheme not to say, oh, in order for the scheme to work, I need a top tier edge rusher here. I need a top tier quarterback here. No, his scheme works in a fluid sort of way. It doesn't matter. It's a plug and play type of scheme where it doesn't matter who you throw in there. This play is going to work, you know?
And I see that Jaden Dawkins says Tate Crowder's balling out though. Yeah, I've said this. I've said this to Kid Blue in our last episode. Tate Crowder might be your second middle linebacker, and we don't need to even address that, which is even better. But it will be something that you have to judge at the end of the year. You know what I'm saying?
And I've never been on the Micah Parsons train anyway. Like beforehand maybe, but we signed Blake Martinez right in when we signed Blake Martinez. I was like, why are we gonna draft another inside linebacker? Like, you know,
like the thing I always say is that you don't always need the best at every single position.
Right.
You have one of the best in Martinez, your middle linebacker one.
Right.
You don't need to go get the best in the draft. You need to go get somebody that's good enough, that's going to be a good starter.
I completely agree. And it's going to be very interesting to see how the draft shakes up and where we should go, because I've said this before. There's a lot of positions that we kind of need, but like, where are the positions where you're like, damn, we need a first rounder for that? You know, like even cornerback. Like, although
you know what, I'll say this: we do need a first rounder for the edge rusher, but it's just not there this year. You know,
right? It's just not there. Now, I know what you're saying, how we don't need to sign a edge rusher, right? We don't a number one ever. But let's just say Leonard Williams walks, right? Leonard Williams walks. We put B.J. Hill to fill in his place, and we go out and
then yeah, we need to go get one,
right? But then we draft Patrick Surtain, right? And then maybe we draft a receiver elsewhere or whatever the case may be, or maybe we get a free agent receiver. And then what about signing Bud Dupree with that Leonard Williams money?
And that I'm down for that.
You know, I wouldn't mind that. I actually wouldn't mind that.
Is the only, not only the only edge rusher I have on my mind, but he's the only free agent that I'm thinking about. You know, at this time of the year,
it's very plausible that he walks.
Exactly,
because they've got a bevy of edge rushers over there,
and TJ Watt in a couple of years.
They've got to sign TJ Watts very soon.
And TJ Watt might win Defensive Player of the Year this year.
Right, he's having a very good year.
But that same thing that you brought up, Kid Blue, that's a great example. That's probably one of the only examples that I would see us signing an edge rusher. If Leo walks, then we have the money to sign one, and I would sign Bud Dupree if possible.
Yeah, for sure. And by the way, guys, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, go ahead and leave it in the comments. I'm looking at the comments right now, just seeing which ones to really address, but we can talk about pretty much anything. We have Jaden H out here. He says, you guys think Blake Martinez is a top 5 linebacker? I think he is 100%. Playing like the best inside linebacker in the NFL right now.
Yeah, none of this man's the way Kid Blue's wording his statements tonight, I love. He's playing like the best middle linebacker in the league this year, 100%. But he's actually a top 5. He's not the best middle linebacker.
Yeah, he's probably not the best guy out there, but he's putting up the numbers. I'm sorry, you can't point out one game during this year that you haven't seen Blake Martinez and go, damn, that was a good tackle, right? At least one time every game, you've seen Blake Martinez go out there and make a really good tackle.
And we knew this. We knew he was a great tackler.
Yeah.
Talk about the pass coverage. He has 3 interceptions on the year already?
2, I believe 2.
2 or 3.
He almost had 3.
Breakups,
yeah. He's having a really good year. Blake Martinez is really having a good year, man. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited for the draft. And a lot of people are like, oh, why are you looking to the draft already? I love the draft no matter what. I don't even care if it's about the Giants or not.
Yeah, it's different from a couple weeks ago. We were sad and looking at it. No, I'm excited and looking to the draft. Because I see this defense is 1 or 2 pieces away from being finished. It's already been fixed. It just needs a couple more pieces for that puzzle to be finished.
Now we're just trying to see what we can do against the with the offense, man. Try to get that extra step. I know it's crazy, and I always speak badly about the receivers, but I feel like we just need one more guy, man. I feel like we just need a guy that just is constantly open, like a Julio, man. Just a guy that's just you. It doesn't even matter.
KB. Another reason I was saying I'm still not for it because I still want Jamar Chase. I still want to draft the receiver.
Yeah.
But another reason to sign one instead of drafting one is because Tate is going to be gone. So replace Tate with somebody that has experience. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Completely agree. Completely agree. Will the Bengals be competitive against it? Yes, I think it's gonna be a really close game. I know I've seen a lot about Joe Burrow and how he has 12 touchdowns in total, only 6 coming. Yes, but Daniel Jones has 8 touchdowns. All right, let's get that straight. Just because Daniel Jones had a good game, let's not think he's a god now. All right, Joe Burrow technically is having a better season than Daniel Jones. All right, and Joe Burrow has a lot of good weapons out there. It's probably the best group of wide receivers we're going to be facing so far this year, besides the Cowboys.
I still disagree.
Who else?
Pittsburgh.
I get. Yeah, Deontay
Rams.
Johnson. You're right. You're right about that one. But what I've been seeing so far from Cincinnati's wide receivers, that they air it out a lot. T. Higgins is having a really good year. Tyler Boyd is again having a really good year. They're surviving in this rushing attack without Joe Mixon. Their offensive line sucks. Let's get this straight. Their offensive line is so garbage. So we're going to be able to take advantage of there, but I don't know why. Cincinnati's defense is actually playing pretty well this year too. I don't know why. I feel like this is going to be closer than we think.
So
I don't think we're going to blow out the team. If we win, I don't think it's more than a touchdown.
Here's my thing. I think it's going to be a definitive win, but not because of Daniel Jones or anything, because I agree with you. Let's not forget that the offense still has a way to go. I think it's going to be a definitive win because I think this defense is going to crush the Cincinnati offense. I think James Bradbury is going to put whoever their number one is on an island, because James Bradbury has been putting every single receiver he's lined up this year on an island. I don't expect him to struggle against a rookie T. Higgins. Nah, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I can't imagine that.
That's why I'm expecting James Bradbury to cover T. Higgins and just completely shut him down. I'm okay with letting Tyler Boyd be covered by. I know Tyler Boyd's more experienced. He's probably the better receiver. But if you could lock down one receiver and just have another guy open, you could roll covers to Tyler Boyd, have him double covered. I don't care. But I love having the fact that James Bradbury, the veteran, he's playing the best football right now out of any Giants player right now.
He should get some votes for Defensive Player of the Year. He's not going to win it, but he should get some votes.
He should get some votes, but there's just too much going on with the defense. Some defensive players that just look phenomenal. Like Aaron Donald, obviously. We just talked about TJ Watt. Yeah. There's a bunch of guys balling out right now, but James Bradbury may come in the candidacy. I said this. He better make All-Pro in every single platform. AP, NFL.com, doesn't matter. Yahoo Sports, CBS, I don't care. James Bradbury better get first team All-Pro in every single one of those.
So here's the thing, right? Not only is James Bradbury, and I saw somebody said the Giants never blow anybody out. I didn't say that. I said it's going to be a definitive win because the defense is going to crush Cincinnati's offense. So James Bradbury is going to lock down their guy. Xavier McKinney, this might be a bold prediction. I think Xavier McKinney is either going to get a sack or an interception in his debut game. I really do think that. Logan Ryan is going to be at either one of two positions for most of the game: slot corner, or they're gonna dare I say it, actually try and put him out outside. Let's say he's at the slot. That slot position is going to be locked down. So that's 2 wide receiver positions I have confidence in that we could lock down. And the run defense of the Giants has been top 5 for the past however many weeks. And we both just said Cincinnati's offensive line is trash. I'm going to go back to say I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but I think it's going to be definitive.
Yeah, I hope it's definitive. I really do. And I just think it's going to be a little closer. I think if we win, I think we can
Wait, hold up. Who did the Knicks draft again? I saw who they drafted Obi, but they had a second pick. Who did they draft?
Yeah, they had the 24th. I heard a lot of draft hype about Obi Toppin. I don't know about any of these prospects, so forgive me, but I guess is that good?
Well, it's literally split. You got half of the people saying that Obi is great, and half of the people wanted Denny, who went right after Obi. Denny was still on the board. He went.
That would be a Knicks thing to do if I had the better player to get drafted after the Knicks.
So they drafted some dude named Brock Aller with the 23rd pick.
What position does Obi Toppin play?
Obi is the power forward. So it's the New York power forwards as usual.
Another power forward, man.
Yeah, another power forward. I think Denny was a small forward. Let me see who Brock Aller.
There was no point guards available, shooting guards.
Like I said, don't quote me. Denny is either a small forward or a shooting guard, I want to say.
Where did LaMelo go?
Charlotte.
Ew! Oh, that's gross. Oh, God, what a terrible market. What a terrible freaking market to go to. I bet freaking LeVar Ball is pissed. He wanted him to go to the Knicks.
I mean, I wouldn't mind that, but
Either.
yeah. Oh, Knicks traded the pick. Nerding out. I just saw on Twitter that somebody tweeted, "Welcome Brock Aller." I was like, I don't know. Okay, so apparently Knicks traded the pick.
Knicks went from 27 to 38 to 23 and 35. What? Oh,
They're
their
trading
pick.
them to the 23rd pick.
Yeah, so they moved up. They moved
Yeah.
up in both their picks. They moved up 3 spots in both their picks.
So
4
they
spots.
traded. So they traded the 23rd pick for the 25th and 33rd.
Did the Knicks just get a steal? Listen, guys, I'm still new to basketball. I'm a football guy all day. So obviously, I couldn't tell you anything about these prospects, but I am going to be paying attention to more basketball. I was actually paying attention to basketball until COVID hit and then shut everything down. So just my luck. Just my luck. I always loved basketball. It's just hard to keep up because I love keeping up with everything. I like watching everything. I just can't watch every single Knicks game. It's like 82 games, man. I can't do it.
Like I always said, I'm a casual basketball fan, so that's why I don't try and cover it that much on the channel.
Right,
I got nearly enough knowledge.
Yeah, I think the only basketball video I've ever made was freaking Anthony Davis going to freaking the Lakers. That was the only thing I ever posted about basketball. But Kid Blue got drafted by Cowboys. What?
Kid Blue better than Ben DiNucci.
Right? But yeah, guys, keep throwing your questions and your comments out
Deandre
there.
Baker.
Deandre Baker. Listen, I came out with a tweet earlier, and I'm not gonna sit here and call out Giants fans. That's just not what I do. I didn't mean to do that at all. If anybody took it that way, anyway, because I'm not someone named Copizzle, but whatchamacallit,
we got to stay after and talk about that.
Yeah. I don't call out any Giants fans. You guys are entitled to your opinions. I just can't. I was literally trying to logically find out. I was asking in my comments, asking on Twitter, why is it that the same people that are waiting for Daniel Jones to fail to then draft any quarterback, I'm getting Zach Wilson talks, Trey Lance talks. It's crazy. It's crazy. We're getting those talks in there, but at the same time, everybody's crying on Twitter that we're not getting DeAndre Baker back and we need help. I'm sorry. When it's easy to find a corner anywhere, just about anywhere in the draft. So I don't know why anybody's crying about this. We're talking about a first-round corner who we traded up for that had a worse rookie season than Eli Apple. And Eli Apple was not good. And I know Eli Apple was a top 10 pick, and that's why we were more angry with him. But Eli Apple was not terrible. And everybody wanted him gone his second year, and he stood for about 3.
Well, I wouldn't say everybody wanted him gone his second year. If people legitimately wanted him gone his second year after his rookie season, I think that's kind of stupid.
Oh, trust me.
It was his rookie season. But this is what I'll say. Because I did want DeAndre Baker back, but I also tweeted and wrote in community notes and commented on the videos. As much as I want him back, I can live without him. So I was really
I said I wouldn't mind if he came back. If Dave Gettleman or Joe Judge would have made the move and said, "Hey, we're gonna bring him back," and all charges were dropped, all is forgiven, and we're gonna try to work him back, I would say, okay, that's cool. I'm not complaining about it, but yet if we didn't bring him back, I'm not going to cry about it. I've already seen some people on Twitter just like, oh, of course Dave Gettleman wouldn't bring him back and all this other stuff. I'm like, dude, we're moving on. We're going in another direction. Why would you ever? You're going to take back your ex? You're going to take back your ex, right? And think it's going to work? Come on.
I did want him back, like I said, and major reasons. There's like 2 major reasons I wanted him back. I think literally everybody, except for like Marcus Golan and a select few because they had experience in it before, everybody on that defense last year was misused because James Bettcher is a terrible defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
I just want to put that out there. And we all know DeAndre Baker was heavily misused because he's a man corner, man press corner, and he was always playing zone like 10 yards off the receiver. We did see improvement in him down the stretch. And what's amazing to me, which is why I thought, before any of the robbery stuff went down, I thought he was going to have a breakout year this year. When he improved down the stretch, they switched him back to what he does in man and man press. But he was playing against number 1 corners in that second half, which kind of seems to not make sense. Yeah. But he improved when playing against tougher competition because Janoris was gone in the second half of the season. And he wouldn't have been going up against number 1s. He would have been going up against number 2s. So
Yeah.
that's the reasons I wanted him back.
Yeah, I mean, I see what you're saying, and that's why I would. That's exactly why I wouldn't mind if he came back. If DeAndre Baker would have come back, I'm welcoming him with open arms. I'm fine. I don't have any bad blood towards him, but at the same time, I didn't expect him to come back.
Yeah,
You know, I
bro,
just didn't
that bridge
expect
was
it.
burned.
Right, that bridge
don't
was
think-
burned, and they're moving on with another.
Yeah, I don't think people realize once the Giants, that was it. Once they cut him, that was it. End of story. That's a decision that a judge made, and that's why when he was asked about it, he's like, "We already made our decision on Baker." That's just
Yeah.
how they were already planning. Listen, guys, we've been playing without him and planning for a future without him since week 1.
Right, and we've been, planning a future without him, and now we're talking about drafting Patrick Surtain or with all this other stuff. So I love this guy, Jaden Dawkins. No, not Jaden Dawkins. It was Joe Yado said everyone said Baker stunk and he was guilty. Now they want him back.
I will say, I did in my video, my reaction video to Charles being dropped. I did apologize because I was one of the biggest Baker supporters up until the bribery stuff came out, and then the bribery stuff.
I think we both shifted gears that time. We were all on board with Baker, and then the whole bribery thing. I'm like, okay, now why are you bribing? Now why are you doing this? You got to be, and that's why I say charges were dropped. But I still think he has.
It doesn't necessarily mean he's innocent. It just means he's not guilty.
I still think he has something to do with it. But Jaden Dawkins, I'll still read your comment anyway, man. My bad. Because I lit up his comment by accident. I just skipped it. He said Baker stunk up the joint just like Eli Apple. Yeah, I mean that's exactly why I said it. Like, Eli Apple had a better rookie season, and yet we wanted Eli Apple out of here his second year, and now we want to bring back Baker, and he just didn't look good. That's it.
Mikey C has a really good comment. Before they were saying Dave Gettleman was the runway driver. Now the haters want to resign him. Yeah. All it took was one win, and everybody's coming around to what me and Kibble were saying from the beginning.
Take it from us. Yeah. Take it from the young guns right now.
We've been telling it for months.
Take it from the young guns. We've been the biggest DG. Everybody calls us apologists. Daniel Jones apologist. Dave Gettleman apologist. Call us what you want. Apologists, supporters. Exactly. We just know these things. I'm sorry. We've been right the majority of the year, and everybody's calling us crazy. Okay, Dave. Listen, I love what Dave Gettleman's been doing so far. Has he made mistakes? Absolutely. But has he made up for the majority of those mistakes? Has he showed us the light to those mistakes we thought he made? The Odell Beckham.
Odell Beckham trade is aging like fine wine, bro.
Exactly. My reaction went freaking viral, okay, with the whole Jabril Peppers thing, okay? And I obviously said I was wrong about that. He changed my mind, and it wound up working out. Leonard Williams.
That's another one.
Leonard Williams worked out for the most part. Marcus Golden. A lot of people were complaining about Marcus Golden. He worked out. I know there was some, obviously, Nate Solder's probably the biggest guy everybody talks about to be the biggest mistake. We're obviously fixing that.
And I'm going to say this, KB. Mm-hmm. People point out Alec Ogletree as well. And you know what? Was that a bad trade, though? Because the picks we gave up for him, what did the Rams do with those picks? I don't even know if those players are also in the league. So honestly, you traded for a player that's no longer in the league for players that was no longer in the league. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it really wasn't that bad of a trade. And also, as bad as Ogletree was, and he was bad, he still somehow led the middle linebacker position on the Giants. No, he led middle linebackers last year in interceptions in general. Yeah, and he still somehow led the Giants in tackling. As bad as he was, and he was bad, but he was still good on the Giants. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I love what Joel just said here. Dave Gettleman was your GM yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Stop being impatient and let the team build. That's all I've been saying ever since Dave Gettleman fire, hot seat things have been happening. I've been saying this. Dave Gettleman, it's a process. Just trust the process. If by year 3 and year 4 you don't see anything happening, listen, I think everybody can agree we're seeing something happen now, right? They're starting to get it together. And I know a lot of the impatient people are now shutting their mouths a little bit. Oh, God, maybe we don't have to replace Dave Gettleman. Maybe we could keep Daniel Jones, So at least I'm just happy that everybody is listening to what we were
saying. Wolves doesn't hate Jabril. He's reciting the meme lines that is not the biggest meme on Kid Blue's channel. He's not hating on.
Yeah, Paul, known as that's just a meme on my channel. When it's funny when Odell Beckham was traded to the Browns, I said, "What was the trade value?" I'm like, "We better have gotten 2 first-round picks." At the time, I wanted 2 first-round picks. That was obviously emotional, all right. But we got 1 first-rounder, the 17th overall pick. We got a 3rd-round pick, which was the 99th pick, something like 104th or something like that.
Yeah.
We got that pick, and we got Jabril Peppers.
And the lines that Wolves are saying is the exact lines that KB said that night.
Wolves, MH, they'll go in my comments in my lives, and they'll
Jaden Dawkins.
Jaden Dawkins. They'll copy and paste the exact quote what I said. Basically, I was yelling Jabril Peppers for about 30 seconds straight because I couldn't believe. Yes, Jaden Dawkins. We traded Odell for a bag of chips and some Powerade. That's what
Paul
I said.
Notice, no need to apologize, but we welcome you in here, bro.
yeah, Paul Notice. It's all good, bro. It's all. I'm just letting everybody know what's going on because a lot of people still doesn't know. I want to make that a T-shirt. I definitely want to make that a T-shirt. Jabril Peppers a T-shirt, but yeah, that was an awesome time on my channel, and that's one of the trademarks on my channel. I own up to it. You know, it was because
everybody recognizes it as a meme now. It's
right.
Like, yeah.
Jaden Dawkins said, please rant it again. I'm going to react to it. I've always said I'm going to react to it. I just never done it. I'm going to do a reaction to it now. Especially how Jabril Peppers is playing well. And listen, you know what's funny?
Wolves brought up with this one isn't memed as much, but I love this over the Jabril Peppers one. Don't worry, guys. Daniel Jones will not be a Giant.
That's the literal. No, I put relax. I put RELAX. Daniel Jones will not be a New York Giant. Yeah, that was a bad take as well. Listen, I own up to my bad takes. I'm a fiery guy, right? I'm a very opinionated guy, and I throw my opinions out there just like everybody else, except mine is on camera. All right, and I gotta own up to it when I'm wrong. And you know what? I'll laugh about it when I'm wrong, because it's just the name of the game. Kid Blue to the Giants coaching staff. Listen, man, I'm not gonna lie. I want to be Giants GM so freaking bad. I don't know what I gotta do,
bro. KB, you could take the head coaching job, bro. Give me GM, bro. I think my GM chops will be pretty good, bro.
Listen, man, I don't care what. I just want to be part of the Giants organization, man. That would be amazing. But some fans wanted 6-10 and improvement. Guess what it happened, and we could win a division. I still see fans complaining because we're winning and getting a lower draft.
All right. This is legitimately the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. Fans are complaining about getting into the playoffs. I have never in my life seen that before with any team. I ain't never seen a fan base that's complaining about possibly making it into the playoffs, bro. Ever.
It's crazy because I need to make a video about it separately. I mentioned it in a bunch of videos when I make videos, but I just need to put it in a title so people could click on it for that reason. Listen, winning culture versus draft pick. I say winning culture wins 100% of the time. If you develop a winning,
I would replace winning culture with just culture, just good culture,
just good culture. Why would you tank? First of all, how many times let's just use the Giants, for example. How many times have we had good picks and they wind up not working out? Look how many people are saying we shouldn't have drafted Saquon Barkley. Okay, there are Saquon Barkley regretters out there. Okay, all the time you're always going to get a reason or a debatable subject of why a player shouldn't have been drafted top 5 or whatever. Why do you want to put yourself in that position instead of going to the playoffs and establishing, you're right, not even a winning culture, a culture.
Edward, right? to Edwards here, he said, I mean, making the playoffs isn't an accomplishment here. It's basically who's the shiniest turd, which is why I said not winning culture. Yes, making the playoffs here isn't much of an achievement, but being in the playoffs will always be invaluable experience that this youngest team in the NFL can use. Playing against another playoff team in a playoff setting, that's something that you can't replace and you can't replicate.
Momentum goes a long way because momentum is the only thing that really pulls you forward. Really, the only thing that pushes you forward is momentum, and you got to build up momentum to, especially this year. If you care more, let me just completely blow the minds of the people that don't want to make the playoffs. You then don't be happy about the progress that we're making this year. So why would you want us to make progress and say, wow, we're looking good, but I really just hope the Giants just screw up and lose at the end. How does that help the team whatsoever? How
Paul
does that help
Notice
the
has a
team?
good point. He says, look at the worst teams in the NFL. They constantly have top 10 picks, but how does that transform their team into winning teams?
Exactly.
The only one that I could think of, and it's literally just one, is the Cardinals. When they had the number one pick, Kyler Murray, and they fastly improved, but it took 2 years. Other than that, not really.
It's hard to say. Listen, winning culture goes a long way. When have you ever seen a really good pick, a really good first-round pick from New England? When do they even have
Edward is saying Dolphins. And Edward knows me. I love Edward. He's a great supporter of mine and of Kibble of the Giants community in general.
Yeah.
This is a good conversation here, Edward. He's saying Dolphins. We are the Dolphins this year. It just so happens that our Dolphins year might get us into the playoffs. We are legitimately the Dolphins this year, bro.
Perfect example.
The Giants this year are the Miami Dolphins of last year. I'm going to let Kid Blue explain. But
Here,
that is us, bro.
And also, Miami tried to win last year, and they're doing exactly what we're doing this year. Miami did not intentionally try to lose games. They didn't develop and say, hey, let's still lose anyway to get a top-tier draft pick. They wound up still getting a good draft pick, but they were trying to win at the back half of that season. Don't get me wrong. They were beating teams, all right? If they really was desperately looking for a draft pick, they would have simply lost against Philly, lost against these better teams, and just said, screw it. We're going to secure that number one draft pick and get a top-tier quarterback. They wound up getting Tua, but they could have gotten Joe Burrow, So I know a lot of people say Tua may have a better career than Burrow, but I'll be honest, Burrow looked like the best on the board at that time. So, Dolphins, bro, we're not drafting for a guy like Tua. We still got Fitzgerald. I guess who's we? I guess he's a Dolphins fan, Cookie Monster. But anyway, I think Dolphins may have been a bad example, Edward, because Dolphins were actually trying to win last year as they were rebuilding. I mean, I want to win, but I don't want to make the playoffs.
I can't understand that, Edward.
I
really can't.
I don't understand it either. Here's what I think. I don't think he has any ill intent. I think what he's really hoping for. What he's really hoping for is like, say we have those 6 wins, right? And we get 6 wins and we're winning games, but Philly also has 6 wins.
Makes it in by half a game.
Yeah, and that, it was just by the tie, like, oops, we didn't make the playoffs, but we still look good, and we still secure a really good draft pick. I think that's what he really means. Yeah, he doesn't want to be picking at 19, which I understand.
I can understand that, but there's always a rebuttal for that. And the perfect example this year, Isaiah Simmons at 8 was supposed to be the middle linebacker. Patrick Queen to the Ravens is the middle linebacker, and he went like in that 20-ish.
He's looking a lot better than Isaiah Simmons, and even so, I always bring up the Patriots. Joe Judge comes from the Patriots. Do you think they ever care about draft picks over there? They got caught for Deflategate and they lost the draft. They lost their first round pick. You think they cared? They didn't care. They still want to go out and winning Super Bowls, all right? Joe Judge wants to develop the culture that he's been around since in New England and in Alabama.
But it has to be said, I know if I'm sounding like a real devil's advocate right now because I understand where Herbert is coming from. Has to be said, it's usually easier to get a player the higher you are. Usually.
Right, of course, right? Getting the higher draft pick means you have a better shot of getting the better player out there. I completely understand that. But what good is getting that better player if you're not establishing a winning culture? Trust me when I say is that I understand, Edward. That's why I respect your opinion, Edward, and we'll see what happens. We'll see. No matter what my opinion is, no matter what the Hub's opinion is, no matter what Edward's opinion is, no matter what anybody's opinion is, it doesn't dictate anything that goes on with the Giants. We'll just have to see what happens. At the end of the day, it's still our opinion, and we'll see what happens towards the end. Maybe the Giants don't make the playoffs and they still get a 6-10 record. Maybe the Giants win with a 6-10 record. It's all about our opinions right now and what we think is best for the team.
And here's the thing, I personally think we're probably going to go. I don't think we're going to make the playoffs. I think we're probably going to go 5-11. I think Bengals and Cowboys are probably our only 2 wins left on the schedule. That being said, I did put out a video said, is it really that crazy? This was Tuesday. I put this out that the Giants make the playoffs. Where I did said the schedule is not as hard as a lot of people make it out to be. I do think Seattle is going to be closer than people think. In fact, I do think Seattle is a winnable.
Yeah, you said that. You mentioned that. Yep. You mentioned that. I just can't see it.
The Browns I think is also winnable because the Browns and Seattle, they're two very, very inconsistent teams. I think the only guaranteed L left on our schedule, honestly, is the Cardinals. I even think the Ravens are winnable. I think the only guaranteed L on our schedule left is the Cardinals because I think they're the
Dude,
only team that's
let
not as
me tell you.
inconsistent as the rest.
Let me tell you, the Baltimore Ravens are beatable this year. And I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna go on my Lamar Jackson rant, but he's been proving me right. And I went back a little bit. I'm like, oh, he looks like the MVP. Proved me
You know
wrong.
why? Another reason you shouldn't go on the Lamar Jackson rant?
The old Lamar Jackson is still coming out.
You know another reason why you shouldn't go on it?
What?
Because John Harbaugh lost them that game against the Patriots. Like, they were supposed to stomp out the Patriots. A good amount of that was coaching.
Yes, at the same time, yeah, but look what happens when you have to rely on Lamar Jackson to win you a game. He is check this stat out. Lamar Jackson is 0-6 when trailing at any point in the game. 0-6. He's also 0-6 when trailing at halftime. That is bad. You know what that tells me? That 100% of the time, whenever they are trailing, they're trailing early in the game by halftime because he's 0-6 and 0-6 in both of those stats. So any time that he's under a little bit of adversity, he folds. Okay? Lamar Jackson misses throws. I know it was raining in that game, but it's something you always see in Lamar Jackson's game.
Cam was making throws.
Right, exactly. So Lamar Jackson just isn't clutch as Patrick Mahomes. That's why Patrick Mahomes
I have Fruity Pebbles in my beard. You know, it's funny that that Ligma says that because Fruity Pebbles is my choice of cereal.
Ligma knows, man. Ligma knows. He knows. He's throwing out hints at you. He's like, listen, I know what's in your pantry.
Like it's in the cupboard right now.
Jaden Dawkins equals Giant. Kid Blue equals Giants lose. What do you mean?
He was saying earlier when the hub streams games without Kid Blue.
Yes, I heard that.
0 losses.
No, hold on. But I was in a stream where we lost, though. I mean, I wasn't a part of a stream where we lost.
Yeah, I know. I guess what they're saying is, I don't know. I've been
because there are some streams where I've been a part of and we lost.
Literally every stream we've been a part of, we lost.
No, but there has been at least 1 or 2 times that I wasn't a part of a stream and we lost.
Nah, name it. I actually
really? Let me pull up the Giants right now. I might have to out myself.
The first game we couldn't stream together was Washington, the first Washington game.
Yeah.
So I streamed with PTA, that was a W. Then the week after that, we had the Eagles. You streamed with us for the Eagles with OGR, that was a L. After that, it was the Buccaneers. You streamed with us. That was an L. Then it was Washington again with PTA, that was a W. And then it was this past Sunday. I did it with Philly Notion. That was a W.
Oh, no, man. Damn. Here's the thing. You want to hear something crazy?
That's coincidence, guys. It's not connected.
Hey, you want to hear something crazy? Oh, no. Well, man, the Giants are on a bye this week. That sucks. I don't work this Sunday.
Out of all the Sundays you had off, it's the bye week.
I'm put as a backup, on Amazon Sunday. So that's freaking great. Damn it! I would have been like, "Oh, well, good news! Well, I can stream the Bengals game. Let's see if that really works." Because guys, I might have to out myself. I might have to out myself.
Nah, KB, if you can stream week 17, because that's supposed to be a guaranteed W against the Cowboys, bro.
Yeah, let's see. Because I can't wait till I'm regular in my job. I'm a sub right now, so
when I'm regular, does it take?
I should be regular by next football season, so I should be safe.
Guys, that does mean 16 weeks of Young Gun streaming.
Yes. So, we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Can KB stream? Oh wait, can KB stream this Sunday?
We're not playing this Sunday.
No, we're not playing this Sunday. Yeah, that sucks so bad. I looked at the schedule just came out, and I looked at it. I'm like, I don't play. I mean, I don't work. And I'm like, I can go ahead and stream. But we're not even. Damn, man.
It's just not this year, man. But I'll tell you this. If we somehow sneak in, because like I said, I think we do go 5-11. But if we somehow sneak in with 6-7 or 7-9, you better find a way for that wild card game because we're hosting. We're gonna be hosting.
Oh yeah, if I will call out. I will call out of work if we are streaming.
You know what's funny, KB? As of right now, the projected 5th seed is Tampa Bay. So if the Giants make it in as the 4th seed, we're gonna be facing Tampa Bay. I think we beat them. Is that crazy?
I think
we beat them.
That is not crazy because they're having some issues over there, man. Even though they go out and every time.
Tampa Bay hasn't beaten a team that's above 500.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. No, they beat Green Bay. They raped.
Oh yeah, I think Green Bay might have been the only one.
I don't know. I think I just got demonetized.
But yeah, I think we all know some's fishy about Tampa Bay in general.
Yeah.
I mean, we almost beat them, and we weren't even at full strength. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Wolf says do a call-in stream. I'll try to do that one day. I know. Listen, I'm paying Skype for no reason, so I gotta make my money worth it somehow.
You've still been paying them all these months. You didn't cancel for the months.
I'm still paying. That's like $3 a month or something like that, isn't that?
Okay, I mean, but still.
Yeah, money's money. But I'm still paying them, so I gotta make use of it somehow, right? Oh man, but let's see if Eli pull up to MetLife for the playoff kill in Tampa Bay.
Yo, yeah. I don't doubt it.
We could have won. We really could have won.
I don't doubt it. If Eli was just in the vicinity of MetLife on that Monday night game, we probably do get that call that we should have gotten called at the end of the game, bro. Who knows?
Yeah. Listen, man, all in all, I really have a good feeling about the Giants in the future, man. I don't always have these good feelings, but I really do. It's not even going to deter me if the Giants go ahead and they lose the rest of the games, but they still look good. Because honestly, let me play a little devil's advocate here. We only beat division rivals. Let's just get that. I know we beat Philly for the first time in 4 years, but we only defeat our division rivals, okay? Jason Garrett knows how to play against this team. He knows how to game plan against them. We played them once before. We have guys already in here that know how to play the Eagles because they've been part of the Giants for a while, okay? So we've only swept Washington and we beat the Eagles. Can we beat somebody outside the division? And that's the Bengals are next, dude.
It's funny you bring that up.
Listen, the Giants is that raging kid at school, right? And it just wants to beat up everybody and has been bullied for so long and just fighting back. And the Cincinnati Bengals is that innocent, poor little kid that's like, oh, yeah, he's like, oh, I gotta take you now. I gotta take you. Sorry, Cincinnati. Sorry.
Yo, here's the thing. It's funny bringing that up because I saw on Twitter before we beat the Eagles. I saw on Twitter somebody tweeting Daniel Jones could only beat the Washington football team. I saw that same person tweet afterward, Daniel Jones could only beat Washington and the Eagles. I'm like, you know what? You have a point. Technically, you have a point. But how long is that going to continue? Like, are you trolling or are you legitimately somebody that believes that? Because, how long is that going to continue? Yeah. Is it going to be like, oh, Daniel could only beat Washington, Eagles, and Bengals? Is that going to be the next thing?
And Buccaneers, because his first start was against the Buccaneers, and he almost beat the Buccaneers. No,
he did beat the Buccaneers his first start.
No, I'm talking about the second start, his second,
second
time around with the Buccaneers. But Joseph, Bobby, thank you so much for putting in the hashtag. This is the hashtag that I want Giants players to see this because we for so many weeks ever since the season started. Giants players that you had Carl Banks like your tweet, which is awesome, by the way.
Oh, he liked it again this past week.
That's good. See, that's awesome. I've had Saquon Barkley like one of my comments before on a random Giants. I was defending the Giants. Listen. What I'm telling you guys is that these Giants players and Giants media, they are watching. They pay attention. All right, to Twitter, to YouTube. They may be watching something right now. I'm not gonna go out here and say that, but.
And I just want to say the ones that do watch, they're usually really chill. Like Saquon is chill. Carl Banks is probably the most chill older Giants player I've ever seen.
So when we go out here and we say this guy needs to be replaced, this guy sucks. The Giants are going to do nothing. You're not helping the cause whatsoever. They need the support. That's why I came out for the throne. We have to claim it. We have to go claim the throne. We have to fight back. They're fighting as it is. Let's support them. It would be so blasphemous as Giants fans for us to want something from our players, and here they are fighting for it, and we don't support them on it. And we're still out here making videos being pessimistic about them. And we're still out here making videos about what's going to happen, who are we going to cut, who is the next to go, all this stuff. Let's start focusing on the now. These Giants players, ever since the Buccaneers game, and you could argue a little bit before that as well, but the Buccaneer game is when we really saw that this team wants it all.
The first Eagles game was the turning point. After that, which we all know was on Evan Ingram, but I feel like the team itself was we shouldn't have been in the position where it was on Evan Ingram. I feel like the team itself was just like, we got to be better, and that's when they turned the corner.
So that's why I'm saying, guys, I'm not here trying to promote myself or promote my channel. It's not that whatsoever. I don't even care if that hashtag is even linked to my channel. I just want everybody to, like, when you're on Twitter and when you're on Instagram or whatever, when you're posting on something Giants, for the throne, like, or make up your own hashtag. And I don't even care if you make up your own hashtag. Just support the Giants because they're
It's the message.
It's the message. You have to listen. We're men, right? We have a lot of testosterone. Okay, we like to be pumped up. That's why there's always that meme with the hype man, right? Everybody's got a hype man. Let's be the New York Giants hype man, right? Let's go out there.
I mean, like I've seen some people saying for the toilet, bro. If it's for the toilet, it's still something we got to claim. Exactly. So you could get that trending as well.
Exactly. Listen, guys, if you want to support the Giants out here, go ahead and go on Twitter for the throne, hashtag for the throne. I'm trying to make that popular just so the Giants could see that and say, hey, listen, these Giants fans they're like making a little.
I'm getting by Nations and Wolves hashtag wrench for Edward Chan.
Wrench for Edward. I'm not able to give him a wrench on StreamYard. I have to go through YouTube to do it. Let me here. Oh, I have YouTube pulled up. Let's do it. Edward, let me get a comment from you, buddy. That's the only way I can do it. Oh, there you are. Add moderator. There you go. Edward, you have been crowned moderator. And he's been Edward deserves it, man. He's been with me for so long. It's just that, like, I just forgot, or not even just haven't even giving moderator.
Like, it's not on the top of your mind.
Right. And I'm always doing my streams with StreamYard now, so you can't even do it through there. So yeah, so
Kid Blue's hype man.
That's Ligma, obviously.
Yeah.
Kid Blue sexy.
The Daniel Jones with the waves picture, bro.
Yeah, I love it too. And the piercing, that's awesome. But yeah, you got BBN in here for the throne. Yeah, man. Hashtag for the throne. If you guys are on Twitter, hashtag for the throne. Let's support our guys, man. Let's support our guys. I know Darius Slayton is very active on Twitter. Go ahead, tweet him for the throne. All this other stuff. I've been tweeting Eli Manning for the throne. Just tell Eli, man, we're fighting for this. We're fighting.
Eli was really at his daughter's lacrosse game when we played the Eagles, bro. Yeah.
He said, "Screw that, I'm retired." That's your problem now.
He was like, he tweeted about it. He's like, I unfortunately, like, he drove by Philly Stadium too. I didn't know. Like, where do they live? Do they live in Philadelphia or something? I don't know. But he drove past Lincoln Financial Field, and he was like, I got to go carry my daughter to this lacrosse game. Hopefully, I make it back in time to catch some of the Philly game.
Wow. Dang. He lives in Pennsylvania? I don't think.
I hope he doesn't. I hope it's like some type of weird lacrosse league thing.
Yeah, I hope it's a travel team or something like that, right?
Yeah.
For Tyrion Lannister. Yeah, honestly, when I thought of like For the Throne, I was thinking like Game of Thrones, and what's it like when I think about the hashtag, when I thought about making a hashtag, I'm like, what's something that's like a war cry, right? What would you cry? For Narnia, right? You're not gonna do that, like For the Throne, That's what we're fighting for right here, man. The NFC East champs. I don't care if we're NFC East champs with a 6-10 record. I don't care if we're NFC East champs with a 2-14 record. I don't care. All right. As long as we're champions, that's all that matters. And we get to hold that for a whole year. Okay.
Guess what, bro? We're gonna be a problem next year.
We are. And that's what I said.
You know what? I take that back. We're gonna be the NFC champs next year because Philly got to figure out negative $65 million in cap. Dallas got to figure out what they're gonna do with.
Still,
let me finish.
My mind.
Dallas got to figure out what's going on with Dak, and on top of that, they got to figure out a way to get these players motivated to play because they're completely unmotivated. And in general, that defense is still trash. They got a bunch of just football problems over at Dallas, and Washington got to figure out their quarterback situation. We're gonna be NFC. Like, I'd be surprised if we're not. Let me put it that way.
I said it after. I forgive me. I don't even know when I said it, but I remember I said it on our podcast. I said going into next year, there's no doubt in my mind. I think we're gonna be top of the NFC East as far as power rankings go. Like, I don't know where we're gonna fall as far as all of the NFL goes. That's very hard to tell right now. We don't know how any other teams are gonna respond here. But as far as the NFC East power rankings, I honestly think the Giants are going to be favored as the best team. We're moving in the right direction. We're even getting attention from mainstream. Good Morning Football has been like sucking us off lately. I'm sorry, but
they've always been though. Like, they've always been.
That's low key weird. It's weird. Like, it's like the ugly kid at school, and then you get that one girl that likes you. It's like, are you okay? Like, you
like, what's happening to your standards, bro?
Yeah, I mean, like, are you Have you been drinking? Like, it's like
But
Good
Good
Morning
Morning
Football
Football's
has
been on our side, like
right.
even in the past
I mean,
perimeter.
I like it. I like that Good Morning Football's on our side, that we have at least one media source that like promotes good about us. And it's not even like they're like super fans, right? Like none of them are even Giants fans, So Nate Burleson never even played with the Giants or even was close to that. So I think he played with the Seahawks, Lions, a couple other teams like that. But
KB, remember like way earlier in the year, I was like, the Giants are going to be kind of competitive this year. And my bold prediction was they're going to win Super Bowl 56, which is next year's Super Bowl. I'm bringing that back. We're winning. We're winning Super Bowl 56, bro. Not 55, which is the one that's going to be this February.
Yeah.
So February 2021. But February 2022, we're winning Super Bowl 56, bro. I'm bringing that back. I'm reactivating what I said like at the beginning of the season.
Mr. Icy says, Kid Blue, you're so close to 4.6K. Yeah, I am at, oh, wait, hold on. That comment just like jumped as soon as I try to click on it. Yeah, I'm at a 4.592. So I'm at 4,592. So let's get 8 more subs, guys. Let's get to 4,600, man. I've been at 4,500 for so damn long. For so damn long. But
the algorithm been blessing him with the views, but been slamming him with the subscriptions.
Yeah, guys. I don't know. You guys gotta stay. Mods only fans. Mods and OnlyFans. Okay. Oh,
so
no.
Edward is asking how. Edward, I don't know. I can't answer that question, bro.
What do you say?
He's saying how to my they're gonna be winning Super Bowl 56.
Listen, I don't know, but who do
Cookie Monster? Not this year's Super Bowl, next year's Super Bowl. Cookie Monster.
Yeah, next year. And like I said, the Giants, I really hope we get an easier schedule next year, man. Just get. I know I shouldn't say that and be like, oh no, you should always want the hardest so you could have your team. No, I don't care. I want the easiest schedule next year so we can win some games. So hopefully
what divisions are we playing next year? I don't know if that's released yet, but we're gonna get either. I think most likely we're gonna get the second place schedule. Second place.
Yeah. But as far as divisions go, we should be facing. I think we'll be facing NFC North next year. And we should probably be facing the AFC East next year, I think. No. We played AFC East last year.
No, it's just gonna be what divisions we faced in 2017. What divisions did we face in 2017?
Oh yeah. We faced the AFC West.
Did we face the AFC West in 2017?
Yes, that's when Eli got benched at that Oakland game, and then we beat the City. And then we lost to Los Angeles, and then
we beat the Broncos.
So
next year we have the AFC West, and who else?
The NFC West.
No, we have the NFC West this year.
Yeah, we do. Hold on, but in 2017 we faced the Rams. We didn't face the Cardinals. Okay, so that was that was a divisional matchup there. Who the hell did we face? Somebody go back. NFC.
Bring it up right now.
It's just at NFC South.
It might be the South.
No, but 2018 we faced the South. 2018 we faced Carolina and the Saints and Falcons. That was 20. That was the rookie year of Saquon's. It wasn't NFC South.
So definitely AFC West. Oh no, we did face the NFC West in 2017. So that doesn't make sense. So it's not going to be teams that we faced in 2017 then.
All right, so
we're facing the NFC West right now.
It's going to rotate in a different way. All right, somebody said we're facing.
I have no idea.
Next year. Somebody said we're facing NFC South next year. I'll just take that for truth.
Yeah, that's going to be another tough one. The NFC South and AFC West next year.
Somebody said AFC North. No, we're playing them this year.
It is what it is, man.
Yeah, it is what it is. But Kid Blue feet pics. What the hell?
Yeah, Wolves been asking me for that for a while.
He just wants some feet pics, man. He don't even care who's he getting from. Oh man. But listen, I just hope we have an easier schedule next year, and I hope the Giants play competitively. And if we honestly, with how bad this division is, even if we get like 9 or 10 wins, we might run away with the division still. So, in my honest opinion, what do you think? What do you think the power rankings would be next year for the NFC East?
You know, oh, NFC. Yeah, no, I think Giants are going to be on top. I thought you were about to ask NFL or NFC in general. No, if
No,
it's
no.
NFC East, Giants are on top. I really do think that.
So what do you think? You think Giants on top, and then what about Washington?
I think it's going to be Giants. You know what? I really don't know who ends up in second because it all depends what Philly does with this cap space.
Yeah,
What in the world Philly does with this cap space. But for now, I'm going to put Washington there. Then Cowboys, then Philly.
yeah. I don't know. And somebody asked me, Cookie Monster, yo, can we work for Amazon? No, I work for the post office, but we have a contract with Amazon. So on Sundays, when the post office is closed, we work for Amazon. So like the subs work at Amazon, some of the subs. So
Yeah, let me get your opinion. Completely random on FedEx.
garbage.
Why?
Well, because I work for UPS and USPS, so screw them. Screw
No, I'm
FedEx.
just talking about your like. Do you know like is there
I
any
don't.
insight about how FedEx works, or and then
To be honest, they have the same system as UPS. I work
Mhm.
for UPS, and let's just say UPS is garbage as well. But I defend them because I work for them. I used to work for them. So as far as FedEx goes, I don't know how they really work, but it's not any different from UPS. Like they still stomp on packages, still throw.
Edward, whoa, Edward, are you serious? Tana's getting Wayne Gallman on his channel?
No way.
You're joking. What?
He's talking about it on Discord. Oh snap!
How? See, this would be understandable if Wayne Gallman wasn't currently the starting running back. If this was last year,
Right.
yeah. You're lying.
Oh, damn, we gotta step up our game, dude. We had Batiku. He's not even on the team, man.
How did he get Wayne Gallman?
Oh snap! How the hell did he? Well, remember Twitter goes a long way. Remember I said that a lot of people paid attention on Twitter.
What? Yeah, I have half of mine to end the stream right here. I'm about to tweet at every single Giants player I'm following, bro.
Oh man,
That's crazy. That's actually ridiculous.
man. Props to Tainer, man. Props.
Yeah, definitely. But it's still crazy.
It is still crazy, and that's awesome, man. That's awesome to see. And I love,
Wow.
honestly, listen, I love it, and that just helps the Giants community in general. We're getting,
Oh, so he said a sub of his hooked him up.
a sub of his hooked him up. Oh, that's awesome, man.
That's amazing.
That is awesome. Hey, man,
Yeah.
it is. Listen, it's getting the Giants community out there, man. That's all I care about. I just want us to be known out there. I want us to be actual media guys that everybody looks at, and especially Giants
I
players.
want people to come to us instead of going to ESPN and
Right, exactly.
Fox Sports 1.
Exactly. Real NY Giants media says the Hub great stream last night. Just a matter of time.
Cut the dead. I think y'all fail to realize how much Kid Blue has helped my channel grow.
Damn, Giants Mafia, that hurt my heart, man. Yo, I'm getting Kid Blue OnlyFans like crazy, dude. Kid Blue and the Hub are next. Oh snap! Every time I click on a comment, it just like jumps on me. You guys need where the hell did that comment go? Okay, yeah, there it is. Kid Blue and the Hub are next. Yeah, man. Listen, hey, we kind of started with Batiku, and Tana got
a lot of people forgot that we did have technically at the time a Giants player.
Yeah, we had a Giants player. And listen, I'm so heartbroken he didn't make it. Not because we interviewed him, just because I liked him as a person, man. I really liked him. I loved his energy, man. But yeah, Wayne Train, yeah, man. I want to have.
I'm definitely be tuning. I'm gonna try and get a question in there, bro.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna be tuning in as well, man. Definitely gonna be tuning in as well. But that's gonna be fun to see. Kid Blue's OnlyFans gonna have straight forehead pictures.
that makes no sense, but I don't know why. It's funny.
I talked to David Wilson on IG. Yeah, I wanted to have an NFL player on here, but I'm just not as close with him as I wanted to be. Oops, just highlighted a comment here, but hey, guys, man, we'll get there as long as we get the support, guys. It's you guys that really help us get to meet these Giants players. If it wasn't for you guys supporting our channel, you think any of these NFL players will waste their time on us? They're not. It's up to you guys to support. You guys support us. You guys, help us out with our channels, help it grow. We can't do it without you guys. We can't bring on these players without you guys. So, we love the support, and we know we're going to get there one day. And I appreciate everybody in the chat too. Everybody's in chat that you guys are next. You guys are, awesome and all that stuff. So
I mean, y'all the reason it even is where it is, man.
exactly. So I appreciate that, everybody. I really do. Kid Blue will get Barkley on the stream one day. Watch. Oh god, if I would have ever had Saquon Barkley on my channel, man, oh my god.
If Saquon is to ever come on, I would die, bro.
So Turtho
straight die.
Yeah, I know, right? Turtho says Colombo got fired because he got into some verbal altercation with Joe when Joe told him DG was going to be his assistant. See, that's the thing, though. I get people are very prideful, but he's your assistant. Like, that should make you even more prideful. Like, hey, I have an assistant now, So, I don't know. I don't think Mike Tudice had Julian Love on, for real?
Yeah, Mike. No, it wasn't Mike Tudice. It was Alex Wilson. It was back with Fireside Chats was a thing.
He's like an actual media dude, though, right?
Yeah. That was like June, I want to say. It was either June of this year, June of last year, when Fireside Giants, when there was like a full collaboration Fireside Giants thing.
Yeah, guys, we'll definitely get there. We'll definitely get there. I completely have that.
Ligma is saying they were trolling us, but they got Edward in on it. Edward usually doesn't troll me, so I don't know.
No way. Y'all were trolling? Because hold on. I'm usually very good at identifying you guys as trolls.
That's why I was like, Edward, I feel betrayed if we were.
I do. Edward, I didn't think you would be a troll because Edward, I thought you were one of the most logical guys out there, but I lost about 28.53% respect for you, man.
What's the rating? What's the total?
I did the calculation in my head, man. Don't ask me to show my work.
You see now Edward is continuing saying Wayne Gallman was real. So, I mean, hey, we'll see what it is, but if he is going to be on, that's amazing.
I have Chris on Discord anyway. I'll just go on Discord right now. Let me pull up Discord. Because they said the news broke on Discord, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's just go to the Discord. Let me see. General chat. Where was it at, guys? Is anybody? That's all his Discord. Does anybody know where it was at? I don't see nothing on that. Nothing in here. I swear they're probably having if this is a troll, they're having a ball right now and they're laughing right now because
I have no idea.
They literally got us to go into Discord to check. Because listen, man, that would be such a huge win for the Giants community. I kind of actually want Wayne Gallman to be on. Of course,
bro,
be on Chris's channel, dude. First of all, Chris probably deserves it. All the work he puts on his channel. And that's just awesome for the Giants community. He says he's not trolling. Entertainment is streaming the draft. They are trolling. Oh, wait. That makes sense. He's streaming the draft right now. How can he announce that on Discord?
Could have been earlier.
Could have been earlier. You're right. Yeah, but I think they would have ran into the comments with that one.
Yeah.
Right now. It is what it is. It is what it is, guys. I hate you guys. I hate you guys. Oh man, but everybody, thank you so much for joining in the stream as well, man. We had a lot of fun here. Throw out your last comments and concerns, guys. We're gonna be wrapping it up soon. Probably went a little later than usual, but I don't care. This is always fun to do. I'm asking BRB. All right, Joseph, but yeah, keep going out your comments and your questions, guys. We have a big bye week. We have a lot going on in this bye week, man. We have to try to get Riley Dixon healthy, Casey Creeder.
Bro, I just want to talk about something real quick because it's a football topic. It's not Giants related, but Eagles are the worst 9-0 team I've ever seen in my life.
Eagles are the worst 9-0 team?
I mean Pittsburgh Steelers. I think Eagles because I'm thinking Pennsylvania.
You know who was the worst? The worst undefeated team at the time? Those Carolina Panthers back in when they went to the Super Bowl. I know they went 15-1, but they were not a good team. Cam Newton was just going off.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that team was good at all. And
bro, you got to talk about Pittsburgh this year. They ain't it, bro.
But at the same time, Pittsburgh's defense is really good. I think that's what's helping them. I'm not a big believer in Ben Roethlisberger, never really was. But they do just enough on the offensive side of the ball to get the win, and their defense is really putting in the work.
Mm-hmm. I see Mr. Icy asking me how school's it's good. Basically, ever since the end of October, has been exam after exam. I don't know, I hate this online schooling thing. Like, even for college, where you think they have a bit more technology, it's trash. And it's like literally been exam, which is week after week after week since October, and that's the way it's going to be for the rest of the semester because they're cramming all of our midterms, exams, and finals into just a 2-month period, which is really stupid, but that's how it is.
Is what it is, guys. Is what it is. Sent photos in. Oh God, Edward. He said he sent you photos in Discord, man.
Let me open up my Discord then.
I'm really excited there.
Oh, he's not trolling.
You're not trolling? Good. Where was it? I didn't see it on the Discord.
You're in my Discord?
No, on Chris's Discord. Where he said he
I
had
don't know where this was today at 5:05 p.m. The screenshot.
on Discord?
Yeah.
Oh, it's probably in general. Let me check general.
I wish there was a way I could open this bigger, but I can't open this message bigger.
I gotta text Chris, man. Tell him congrats, dude.
How do I zoom in? But yeah, this is amazing. Jesus Christ.
Shouts out to him, man. Shouts out to him.
Hey, bro. That's a big win for the Giants community right there, Chief. That's such a huge win. Oh my God, that's gonna be amazing to have Wayne Gallman on, bro. That's gonna be absolutely amazing. Y'all definitely gonna need to tune in and ask all types of questions for that one, man.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody better be in that stream too, man. Get the Giants community out there, man. Yo,
Yeah.
Did you guys see Justin Herbert's new haircut? You guys see his haircut?
This man lost like
dude
5 years of age, bro.
Be an extra on Full Metal Jacket or something. Oh my God.
He lost like 5 years of age, bro.
For real, he actually looked pretty cool with the long hair. Why the hell he did that? Because he can't win a game. He probably got.
I think if he got the haircut and then also just kept his mustache, he'd be fine. Or like kept his facial hair in general.
Yeah. And he's got like little acne going on. He's like a 16-year-old kid going through a crisis right now, man.
Yeah, dude, I saw a conspiracy theory that said he did it to remind everybody that he's young, so when he starts making mistakes, they don't get on him.
I commented on that tweet that the checkdown posted. I believe it was the checkdown that posted him, and I was like, this kid looks like he's that one kid in high school that takes JRTC too seriously. There's always that one kid that thinks he's a sergeant or something.
That thinks he's the full-fledged military member, man.
He's going into the army, man. He looks like a damn
well, the strength and conditioning coach, who was the one that gave him the haircut, apparently has some somehow, some way, I think army connection or something like that. I don't know.
Oh man. Well, guys, we're gonna get ready to end this off. If you guys have any more questions, make sure you put it in the comments. We'll try to answer them as fast as we can. And yeah, and we'll be ready to jump off this, guys. And I will be trying to do more live streams, guys, for you guys, because I know it probably is just like I'm not really involved with you guys as much because I'm only doing one live stream a week, and I want to be able to do more. Not even because probably one every other week because I'm on the Hubs channel on we're alternating weeks. So I definitely got to stream more, guys. Bottom line. And so I'll be doing that more.
Mm-hmm.
Why is KB so tall? It's in the genes, man. It's in the genes. Why KB is short than CP3?
CP3 is an NBA player though. So
did you not see what Kid Blue's hype man just said? He said, "Why am I so tall?" So obviously I'm not short.
Well, bro, even Jaden HSX knows what's up, bro.
Jaden HSX just said, "Kid Blue, are you actually 87'11"? Yeah, I'm 87 feet 11 inches. Yeah,
that's how it be, bro.
Trust his peace. All right, guys, we'll just wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for joining in the stream. Good stream, productive stream. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much for the support. I'm looking forward to next week, man. We'll be back next week before next Wednesday before the Giants Cincinnati game to talk about that game and basically what are our thoughts after the bye week. And yeah, Joseph said, great stream. Appreciate that, guys. You guys are awesome supporters. For the throne, hashtag for the throne. Let's get that trending. Let's support our G-men. We're going to war. We're claiming the throne. And yeah, we're here for our Giants. So that being said, guys, we'll see you guys in the next stream.
Goji, man.